What's up, everybody? Welcome back for the first time to Slightly Less Than Perfect. I'm Mark.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Breezy.
And we're going to come at you hard and fast. So I got what I'm going to call Are You Out of Pocket?
All right.
Female 28, female 26. Here we go. 28-year-old female has a sister-in-law, 26. Always come to visit from out of town. She stays with us instead of staying at a hotel. Always wants to go to expensive restaurants. She always conveniently forgets her wallet, or domes up some excuse as to why she can't pay her share. She has simply implied that since I make much money than her, I should be the one to pay. No, not my husband should pay for it, but me specifically. I do make a fair amount of money, but not so much that I can treat someone every time they come into town. Nonetheless, in the past, I have just paid the bills and asked her to pay me back. She never does. Mm-hmm. She made a reservation at an extremely expensive restaurant last night, and before we left, I made it clear that I will not be paying for her bill. This is where I might be the asshole, and I admit I got this move straight out of the episode of 2.5 Men. As we were leaving, her and my husband went to the car. I pretended I forgot something and went back inside. I found her wallet sitting right next to her suitcase, and I put it in my purse and went inside the restaurant. Before we went inside the restaurant, when we were done eating, I asked for separate bills. She said no, we need one bill because she forgot her wallet again. I reached in my purse and said, "This wallet?" Ooh. She was extremely furious. She said I should never have touched or grabbed her wallet. So, was she out of pocket?
No. Big brain play.
She's about to be out of pocket. The little sister, I mean.
Yo, sister-in-law?
Mm-hmm.
No,
that's a sister-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa. That explains a lot.
Who, so the sister.
So, man and woman, recap. Yeah. Man and woman are married.
Yeah.
Husband's sister comes into town every so often. Every time she comes into town, she wants to go to an expensive restaurant.
Okay.
She always makes the reservations at these expensive restaurants and always leaves her wallet.
Yeah.
Wife's paid for them she pays all the time and just like, you know what, I'm sick of it. Took her wallet with me. She can pay for her own meal.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
Totally fair.
Wife is like female Bruce Wayne. She played that.
Too smooth, right?
Too smooth.
Oh,
I wouldn't even thought to get the wallet out the car. Like, dude, because she predicted that she was going to come up with that lame excuse.
Right.
And so she had the wallet right there. So.
Okay, yeah, you pay for it. And the thing about it, too, is like, it says like this was the most expensive restaurant that she made the reservations at. Mm. And I was like,
yeah, that's just.
You're making expensive ass reservations. And you know you're not planning on paying.
Yeah.
And now you're going to get mad because I got your money out?
Yeah.
What you got right there is called a parasite.
Yep.
An expensive one, too.
Yep.
Needs to cut that off.
Yep.
She just had her downloaded by that point.
Yeah.
Saying, this is a hard counter. Here's your wallet.
Yep.
As far as I see, she did her a favor.
Yeah.
Not safe to go around without your ID and stuff.
That's how I feel, too.
Yeah. That's good. And I see why you thought I might have a story on this.
Yeah, so me and Breezy were out to dinner some years ago, and this was super. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah,
that was fun.
So I'll spare names because this person might end up watching, but they know who they are. Mm. Anyway, it was a situation where we had all went out to go eat. It was me, Mark, a bunch of Mark's friends from work. And this person who I knew, we had went to the restaurant together. And, this person, we're all having a good time. We're all drinking. And, I assumed this person didn't have much in the way of money. I can't remember if they weren't, working at the time or they weren't working at the time. So they came with us and they ordered huge meal. And I'm just wondering, like, I wonder how they gonna pay this. And by the time the check comes on this person, leans over to me really quietly. I can't pay my meal. And so at that point, I'm like, dang, what you gonna do? And I let the person.
It's a valid question.
Yeah. I really let the person kind of, just feel the moment. You got to kind of be present, you know?
Yeah, to put in perspective, it was a few moments because we had like Breezy. I didn't know what he was doing, but he ordered another drink and asked if we wanted another round. So we got another round of drinks. Yeah. So we sat there for another 15, 20 minutes.
Nice long
give or take.
Yeah.
Let him stew in it.
Let him stew in it. And I think, did we talk about like, dishwash? Somehow this conversation came around to dishwashing.
Yeah, because eventually you end up saying something because we were sitting there and like we finished our drinks and we were just kind of like chilling.
Yeah.
And I forget who it was. Somebody was like, "Hey, y'all ready to go?"
Yeah.
And you said something to the effect like, "Yeah, you know, we can go. I mean, my bill's good."
Oh no! Did I do that? Damn!
You played it hard.
Damn!
So my bill's good, and you looked over, and you could see the fear. You could see the fear in his eyes.
Yo, Breezy, you got a nice face and a calm voice.
Damn.
But I always said on the inside, you got a little bit of sadistic streak. It's kind of cool. Don't change.
The best part was when the server came back over to get our checks. So like went from the other side. Conveniently, I don't know if the server picked up on it, but went from like the other side of the table. So like ended with Breezy. Mm. And that's when you looked over the moment and grabbed the other check and put it in yours. And you could see like the heart palpitating.
I remember we talked about a lot of like stuff that could happen. We talked about like you might have to wash dishes. We talked about they might call the police, blah blah blah. So
yeah, went through on the whole spiel.
Yeah. But I eventually paid for it. Big softy, I guess.
Big.
I mean, the point was proven though.
Big softy. You got your kicks. You know, you coomed already. I guess you'll let him off the hook.
I was legitimately thinking, like, I wonder if, because I just knew that they wouldn't just let nobody just watch it. They would just call the police. So, like, if it was like the olden days, you know, I'd be like, okay, just wash some dishes for a couple days, you know, work his tab off, you know, not the worst thing in the world. You know, teach him a lesson, put some hair on his chest.
Yeah,
but out there in Royal Oak, it wasn't
going to end good. Yeah. I had a similar situation for my one of my boys' birthdays a couple years ago. So his girl had called us and was like, "Hey, you want to go out for his birthday?" And I'm like, "Yeah, where we going?" So we went to a hibachi place. So we had a table. It was all of us on a table or whatever, and like you know, the normal thing you go out to drink when you go out. So we offered to pay for the appetizers for my boy and his girl. And we bought like 2 or 3 of their drinks just to, you know, happy birthday, here you go. That's their contribution. So these other people there, you know, they eating appetizers, which, whatever, you know, appetizers for the table. If they want to share, that's their business. So they get to ordering like the seafood platter when we get the hibachi. So like, I got steak, I got my steak and chicken. Soph got her chicken and shrimp. And then these guys are getting like the salmon, the scallops, the shrimp, the whole seafood platter, the steak, the everything. And so similar situation. We eat, have a good time. They ordering drinks and everything. And they get to the end of it. And my boy is like, his girl's going to pay for his meal because it's his birthday. And I'm like, we pay for the drinks and appetizers. So I'm like, we pay for our food, drinks, appetizers. All you got to do is pay for, you know, y'all meals or whatever. It's like 3 of these dudes. Nothing.
That sounds familiar. Was I wrong for that?
I think so.
Oh,
I think if you weren't there, it was when we were still living together. So okay. I definitely told you about it.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it was like 3 of them and they had no way. And they bought, and they looking at her, and my boy looked at her and was like, "Don't pay for them. Like, let them sit there. They'll figure it out." It's like, that's none of your business. None of your business to do that. It was like, you asked if they wanted to come out. They said yes. And when you say yes to coming out to dinner, that means you can afford what you about to eat and what you about to order. And they had the audacity to order multiple drinks, knowing that they ain't got nothing. They didn't even have enough money to pay tip. So, long story short, she ended up paying for him, and I looked at her and I was like, couldn't be me. I would have left him sitting there looking stupid. Kicker, they didn't even drive there. So they bummed the ride and bummed the food.
Some people just live life on easy mode, man.
Bro.
Seriously.
That happened twice. Twice. The next year, next year, we went to a different restaurant, a more expensive one. Same thing. We did same thing. Almost happened the same way because it was a regular sit down restaurant. Sofa and I offered to pay for appetizers, pay for the drinks, bought our meals. Same thing.
Was it like the same dudes?
Same dudes. But the kicker was they said they had money. They just didn't have enough money for what they ordered.
Did they put anything down?
They put some down this time, but not nearly enough to pay for it.
So at that point, it's just a con.
Yeah.
They just run the con.
They just run the con.
Wow.
Just terrible people.
Wow.
Like you're running your boy's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I'm just like, bro, how do you just...
Shameless, bro.
Like, how do you just live with yourself knowing that you just... Like, that's just...
I haven't encountered people like that in a very long time. So this story really...
Yeah, I mean, like, this happened like some years ago. But still, it's just like, bro, I'm like... I can't be associated. I didn't really associate with them to begin with, but I was like, bro, I can't associate with these people, man.
You got no character.
It's funny, like, last time we were talking about nightmares and dreams and stuff. I have nightmares of, like, buying a bunch of shit, going to the checkout, then finding out that my fucking credit card is getting declined and I don't carry cash on me. And I have nightmares of that.
Yeah, that's happened to me. That is very embarrassing. You just kind of like leave out in the huff.
Away.
Yeah, or shuffle away. Yeah. You know, maybe say something like, dang.
Like, that's why I don't like shopping with other people's cards too. Some of my family, they give me the card, like, hey, go buy this, and this. You know, I go up there with their card, and ching, declined. I'm just sitting there, as like,
there's
a whole line of people behind me.
That's the line. Like, the line is the worst part.
And it's happened so many times to the point where, like, I don't
get PTSD for me.
They give me the card, and I'm like, how much is on this?
Exactly.
I will not... Exactly how much is on this, because I will not shop for you otherwise. Usually I'd end up covering it.
Yeah.
Just because the embarrassment will be so strong.
Yeah. That's one of the times you just kind of eat it when it's happening. So it happened to me once, right? I told myself, I was like, I'll go get what I need to get, and then I'll cash my check. I just put my check in the bank afterward. Didn't realize, like, bills and stuff that came out, I go there, and I'm just like, and of course, I look extra dumb, because I'm like, I just need to cash my check and I'm right back. And they're like looking at me like, and I'm like, oh. So luckily, my bank was in the same parking lot as the grocery store. So I literally go over to the bank, put my check in, come back, and I made sure I went to the same lady. I looked her in the eyes, and I was like, cash my check. I'm gonna buy my stuff now. And I swiped my card, and I looked at her in her eyes the entire time.
Yeah.
So like, no. I'm not one of them people that ain't got the money.
Yeah.
I literally just made a couple calculation errors.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it happened to me, but I caught the bus to get there. It was a long bus ride to get there.
Shit.
A long bus ride back. Utter abject failure. I couldn't complete no transactions that day. There was no way to go back home on a bus and come back on a bus. So, that was a fail that day. Regroup and try it again another day.
Yeah, just take the L and keep it moving.
Man. You was out of pocket on that one.
You was out of pocket on that one.
You was out of pocket on that one. And I was out of pocket on those ones.
I mean, it is what it is. All right. We got something special we want to do today. Breezy brought some delicious drinks. I use the air quotes there viciously.
Yes, air quotes.
That we're going to try out and see. Which one are we trying out first, boys?
Yes, I'm sure everyone here is grown up having sour warheads given to them on the playground at school. Well, have you ever thought, wow, sour warheads. I want to add a whole bunch of carbonated water to that shit and drink it. If you answered yes, stop lying. And watch us drink it instead.
So we're going to get our Disney princess shot glasses and see where we
yes. Ooh, who am I?
Very beautiful. I'll let you choose.
I've always thought of myself as a blonde.
Okay. You next, good sir?
I took Ariel.
The brunettes.
Beautiful. So I am, which one was this princess good for? Is this Cinderella? This is Cinderella.
Taylor Swift?
Yes, Taylor Swift.
All right.
It kind of does look like. Anyway, all right.
We'll pop her open.
Oh, Warheads. Sour lemon soda.
Yes, we'll try all of them.
I will call it drink soda, because this sure as hell ain't pop.
Oh. No.
I'm a little scared about opening this.
What is it? 0% what?
Oh, 0% juice.
0% juice.
0% juice.
In case you didn't know. Make it very clear.
Wow. This can top is fucked up, by the way. I'm gonna have to edit that out.
Love the ASMR.
It smells weird.
Come on, just pour it, bro. We got to drink it. We already said we're gonna drink it.
It smells like pine saw.
Yep.
We called it. We said it's gonna smell like pine saw.
Yep.
It smells wrong.
Stop. Trying to pour here.
Yeah, I mean,
am I the only one? It should smell like medicine.
It smells terrible.
That's a weird smell.
Dude. All right, gentlemen.
All right.
I've had disinfectant that smells better.
Pace yourselves. We got 4 more.
It is sour.
It is sour. It's just, this one's decent because it's just like sour Sprite.
Yeah, it just tastes like lemon and sour, like the most basic of.
Yeah, I had the black cherry, same as Mark.
Okay,
black cherry was pretty bad. Maybe it's because it was cold, but not bad.
It's not horrible. Okay, yeah. What's your score out of 10, Breeze?
I gotta taste the rest of them, but I mean, Sprite out of 10. It tastes similar to Sprite.
I'll give it a solid 6. You know, it's not bad. I don't want to drink it, but it's not bad.
I actually wouldn't mind down in that one.
Okay, you call dibs. You can have dibs, right? Okay,
You're probably gonna end up having the only good one.
Hopefully.
All right, so now we have sour blue raspberry soda. I always wondered why blue. Raspberries ain't blue.
Raspberries aren't blue.
Why? Where did this blue raspberry start from?
Well, because, I mean, you got to think about it. You look at the OG flavors. You got cherries already red. So you got to do something different.
They could have done purple.
Now, it's like chicken or egg. What came first? Spelling Raz with 2 Z's or making blue raspberry? What came first? Because if Raz with 2 Z's came first, I think they just wanted to make it radical.
Oh. It is pretty radical.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I want to say Dum Dums was the first blue raspberry thing I ever had.
Okay. So was it raspberry or raspberry?
That was raspberry.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that blue raspberry came first. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably right.
That was like Raz is something that came out in like the late 90s.
Probably like with Now Laters or something.
Good point.
Yeah. Something.
All right, load her up.
I'm so suspicious of opening this shit, man. I just imagine it blasting me in the face.
Getting in the eye.
Pause.
You gotta replace the whole eyeball.
Oh, yeah, that shit will be blue 5 afterwards.
Oh, man.
That is so blue.
Looks like chemicals, bro.
It does.
Looks like Windex, actually.
It smells like it, too.
Windex pine saw?
It smells like blue candy. It smells like every blue candy you've ever had.
It smells just like blue candy.
I mean, that's pretty much just blue candy.
It's Kool-Aid.
It's Kool-Aid.
This is Kool-Aid.
All right.
All right.
Tastes very chemically.
Oh,
Salud round 2.
Salud. Drink.
That was kind of funky. It's alright, but
I'll take that one.
Okay.
That one ain't too bad.
I feel like I miss the flavor. Every time I drink it, it's like it almost hits the taste buds, but then it just sort of like evades them.
Hey, get another hit, bro. This one, I'm assuming, I want to say that's going to be the worst one, but I think this one might surprise. It might actually be the worst one.
Oh, green apple?
Yeah, green apple can be very hit or miss when it comes to drinks, especially.
I mean, Jones Soda, the green apple is the goat flavor.
True, that one slaps. And I think Jolly Rancher had a green soda that was pretty good.
I only had one of the Jolly Rancher sodas. It was like sugar on steroids, but it was good. But I felt a little nervous drinking it since my family has a history of dying of diabetes.
Fair enough.
Diabetes. This one just looks like atomic sludge.
I trust this.
Oh, it looks like Surge.
Ooh, that's super green apple.
Oh, that smells like green apple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drink.
All right.
Round 3.
Click. Yeah. Tastes like cider.
Yeah.
That was not bad.
That was not bad. I think they're just better cold. Maybe black cherry was just that bad.
No, black cherry was by far the worst one.
It was pretty bad.
Like these other ones are okay. Like the lemon one, I wasn't a fan of.
Now we're about to get to the one that's not a real flavor.
Yeah,
watermelon soda.
This one, it doesn't have coconut in it. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Any watermelon flavor with coconut in it, bleh.
Oh, I was like,
what is it made of, though?
Is that the fake flavor they use to make watermelon?
Coconut, yes. Pineapple, passion fruit, all that shit.
And, of course, apple.
Well, that's a fail.
They're not open.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's right.
Barely.
Cut your finger over.
Barely.
Let us feast of your blood. Wow, what is that color, bruh?
It's pink?
Dude.
Question mark. This shit is dark, though.
Dude.
This shit is a mechanical...
As long as it's viscous, I think I'll be alright.
Viscous. I love that word.
I don't even know what this smells like. That is not watermelon, dog. Smell that. That smells like potpourri.
Little ASMR.
That is... You cannot lie and say that this is watermelon.
That's not watermelon even close. Like, not even remotely close. I'm kind of scared of what this is going to taste like.
It'll just taste like apple. They usually just...
I don't know what that
apple
is.
And lemon.
I'm actually kind of scared of this one.
Me too.
Oh, God.
Two. Click.
Click. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, bottoms up.
Thumbs up. What the fuck is that?
That's all the flavors that they couldn't use just mixed together.
That's that question mark flavor.
Like, yeah,
that was terrible.
That's apple. That's lemon. That's lime. There's probably some coconut or passion fruit or whatever.
Probably that one was like a 3.
Yeah, whatever the worst. This is worse than the black cherry one.
Yeah.
I feel like I've tasted this flavor before, but I don't know where.
Yeah. You tasted it there, and you tasted it there, and there.
All right, so if I had to rank them, I would put black cherry at the bottom only because it was the absence of flavor. Like when I drank that, it just didn't have anything.
We got to try that cold, because to be fair, these are all cold.
They are all cold.
And then I would put the watermelon next above that one.
Yeah.
Then I would do lemon, the sour apple, and the blue raspberry.
That's fair.
Fair enough, yeah.
That's fair. I got to put the watermelon at the very bottom.
Yeah.
I'll put a black down there as well, just after watermelon. I'll put those as a tie, blue and apple. Then number 1 is lemon for me.
All right, well, I never had any of the black cherry, but I will put the watermelon down at the bottom. That was just it was just all the other flavors mixed together. I could tell it was really. And I'm gonna take the other 3 and I'm gonna put them right next to each other. I'd say that they're all really. It was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
because
except for the watermelon.
Because I had a very low expectation after having the black cherry one.
Yeah,
but it was I was pleasantly surprised with, especially with the blue raspberry and that sour apple. Like they weren't bad.
Yeah,
I'd buy them.
Yeah, in terms of
$4.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good price.
I get $1. I mean, you might give me for $1.50 if they're in the vending machine, but I'm gonna go any further than that.
I'll buy them for someone else to drink. Like maybe I'll get that for you guys on your birthdays. I buy some packs.
Just don't have to.
You don't have to. No, that's all good.
I appreciate that, but
it's all good, brother.
It's all good.
Yeah, I would just make mixed drinks like that guy on YouTube.
You ever seen bartender?
Yeah, tipsy bartender.
Those dudes, they taste like good bases for alcoholic drinks.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah,
and there you have it. You just melt Jolly Ranchers.
they taste like they could melt Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah. I think that's probably how they got the flavor.
You guys had the Jolly Rancher vodka before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the shots.
Yeah.
So the ones you guys made. Yeah, they were really good.
Yeah, so that one year, I think it was the last year we had a party at the apartment.
Yeah.
Soph made, I think it was like 6 different flavors of them. And she had the great idea of taking a shot with everyone that came in.
I remember that.
Because her mindset was like, like we had a bunch of, it was like one of our first parties, we had like all of our different friend groups coming from like, my friends, her friends from like all parts of our life. And we're like, the easiest way is to get everyone to take a shot. And she was like, if you give someone a shot, they can't say no. And I was like, that's pretty good logic. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I didn't think you were going to take all the shots with all the people.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people there.
There's a lot of people there. We weren't expecting that many people. Because usually you send out an invite to like 50 people, like 20 show up.
Yeah.
Well, we sent out an invite to like 50 people, like 70 people showed up. So it's like,
it was everybody.
Charisma 100.
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, we like throwing parties though. We like having people over and like hosting parties and stuff. So it was never, we always overdo everything anyway. We always have too much food, too much drinks anyway. So it's like, it's never a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it's just like one of those things, just like,
yeah. No, that was good times, man. Good times. It was well worth the drive because you guys were a little bit farther out.
Yeah, that was one reason why we picked the house here though, too, because it would give us a little more centralized from like my family, her family, like everyone we know.
This location really is centralized. I can connect with everybody that's important to me at all times.
Because every freeway is like 5 minutes away at best.
Yeah.
10 minutes in the worst of times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sound really sappy here, but I am very happy to be just so close to both of you guys.
Same.
Physical distance.
Same.
We spent quite a few years pretty far away from each other.
Yeah.
And this feels like high school.
That's true.
It does. I mean, because that was the last time we were like close enough to actually be able to interact on like we don't have to plan weeks and weeks in advance. We just like pop over and like see each other for a minute or something.
It started with him and Sophie. They invited me to move in when I was staying in Farmington, and I had thought about it, and I did. We moved in here. Then it was like, this is a really good place. It's a really good city, and I just kind of looked for something close by because I was like being close to them and close to everybody. Found a little house over there, and the rest is history.
Right.
So it was perfect time in history. Everybody's like together and shit.
So I said, man, it's the perfect time to make things happen. Like, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
We a happy little family.
Happy, man. Woo. I'm happy.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to introduce a new segment as well. I call it, What the Fuck Is Up With You Today? Where we just talk about what the hell is up with us today. It's like I went back on the F word there.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Bleep.
Yeah, just thinking about editing that fuck out. Anyway, so a couple of days ago, I went to house sit for my mom, and I actually kind of already told Mark the story, but I didn't tell you the story. Mm-hmm. No, wait. I think I did tell you the story when we were driving over.
Oh, yeah, that's...
the people at home don't know about it.
Yeah. So I went over to house sit for my mom, and she didn't have any food in the house, and my degenerate ass doesn't have a car, and I didn't feel like walking up to the store to buy actual food, so instead I just scrounged around for whatever I could find. What I could find was chicken and box macaroni and cheese. So I ate that for 4 days straight. Just house sitting over there, eating chicken and mac and cheese, and I didn't shit once. And then when I left 4 days later, I still didn't shit for another 3 days. I started to get a little bit nervous, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think 7 days is a little, that's a lot of, let's call it, in the spirit of our podcast, backlog. And with this much backlog, I got some real editing to do. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to go the other way. I'm just going to eat a whole bunch of healthy chicken vegetable noodle soup.
There you go.
And hopefully that'll solve the problem.
Here you go.
And it didn't.
So where are we at in the timeline?
Oh, I drank a bunch of water and then I shat. The end.
Okay.
Yeah, almost like a Brock Lesnar syndrome. You just have so much meat and
meat and carbs.
Starch. Yeah, meat and carbs.
Your body's just like, I don't know what to do with this.
You just dammed up the works.
Like, oh yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. I would have shopped and bought like actual food, but I was so damn lazy.
Yeah, I know how that'd be.
I don't have a bed over my mom's house. I didn't want to sleep in hers, so I just slept on the floor, cold, hard floor.
Yeah,
it was bad sleeping. Oh man, this is so whiny, but that's what the whole segment's about.
Yeah,
I didn't sleep, didn't eat good, didn't shit, no games to play, no bitches, no car, no food. It was terrible.
Yeah,
I'd do it again though. Love you, Mom.
I actually have one. So this past week, like, kicked my ass. So, normal week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, I have them in the mornings before I go to work. But lately, I just haven't been able to go to sleep. So I've been going to sleep at like 2:30, getting up with an infant at 7, and like keeping her alive until I need to go to work. Then going to work and doing it all over again.
Right.
So, like, last week was the first week. So school started last week. So Monday was supposed to be the first day of school. A bunch of stuff got messed up in my school. So, like, mental stress all day. Figured all that out. Got my classes, financial aid, all that stuff worked out. Cool. Missed all my classes that day, but it was all right. Came home, normal day, nothing bad. Tuesday, woke up at 7, had Emma, went to work, stayed up late because I couldn't go to sleep. Wednesday was school. School's from 8 to 5. So I'm waking up at 7, go to school, come back home. When I get home, dinner, bath time, and just, exist with the wife. Cool. I'll fall asleep. Nah. Didn't fall asleep. So I repeated that all the way till Friday. Then Saturday, I don't work Saturday morning, so I got a little bit of time to... I thought I was going to have a little bit of time to sleep in, but nah, Emma wasn't having that. Woke everybody up. So we're both up in the morning, trying to get back to sleep, couldn't get back to sleep, couldn't get comfortable. So come around Saturday, work was just busy. Like, the moment I walked in was like, go, 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 all the way to the end of the night. Coming Sunday, I got called in early to go to work because like 3 people were on vacation last week. And it's like, either I go in early and help the situation, or I go in my normal time and have to fix what didn't happen in the morning and still deal with the situation the rest of the night.
Aye.
So went in, long day. So then Monday, started school over again. Did that Tuesday, went, worked all day. And this morning, it all caught up with me. All caught up with me. So I'm in class, like, trying to do After Effects. Like, literally, like...
just swaying in the breeze.
It was so bad that, like, it's moments that I don't remember. Because I was, like, literally fall asleep and wake up within, like, 2 or 3 seconds to each other. So literally, it's like time was skipping. And, like, I did that for 3 hours in the first class. And then my second class... I just realized I was like, I need to sleep. Like, I need to sleep. I need to recoup any amount of energy that I can get. So after my lecture, the hour lecture, which I didn't stay awake for most of it. Good thing, thank God for Zoom, because I can go back and watch the Zoom later. But then I just go to my car and I just pass out. Like, I'm terrified because, like, I don't even remember falling asleep. I remember walking out of the building, getting to my car, and then waking up.
Dang, man.
So I went to my third and my final class, and I was energetic. I was like interaction with the class, did some stuff, again. Came home, but now I'm worried to like tonight.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna start the cycle over again. So I need to tire myself out tonight so that I can go to bed. Because if I go to bed at a recent time, if I can go to bed around like between like 12 and 1, I'm good. Once I start reaching that 2 to 3 area,
suddenly just awake.
Yes.
Once it's 2, just zoom.
Yeah. Once you get past that initial tire, you don't go to bed and you just get awake. And it was just rough because it's like, I finally got adjusted to like waking up at 7 with Emma and like getting situated and doing work or whatever. But last week, I don't know what it was. Just like, I had the perfect storm of horrible sleep and it was terrible.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Rough.
I can't imagine what it's like to have that plus have a child and a job and full-time school. Shit, man, I just program all day.
Yeah, no, that's a lot.
I mean, it's not so bad because Emma's, as far as kids go, she can entertain herself for the most part, and she doesn't really like. I don't want to say she doesn't need supervision, but for the most part, she can like. She entertains herself and like keeps herself occupied. I just got to make sure she stays in a certain area because, as you guys seen, she's very adventurous.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm sure it's gonna sound pretty old of us now, but do you ever remember having these problems sleeping when you were younger? Because I never had problems sleeping when I was young, and then it just feels like once I went over that hump, just suddenly sleep was just became hard to come by, even in perfect calm. Nothing going on. I just still can't sleep. Just lay down and just close your eyes. You're tired, but you're wired. I don't understand how it happens.
No, like I've been trying like chamomile tea and stuff. I used to smoke a lot, and that was the only thing that really like would put me into a spot where I can like go into like a deep sleep. But it's like I've cut back a lot since having Emma because like I just don't want to be high when like she wakes up in the night or something happens. Like I don't want to be in like a coma essentially.
Fair enough.
No, that's true. That's God true. Yeah, I think my problem is opposite of yours. Like, I get plenty of sleep. I try to not get as much sleep. I try to stay up because there's so much I want to do throughout the day. What I like about your day as opposed to my day is structure. You have a nice amount of structure there. There's certain times, certain things have to be done. You go do them. With me, it's just, everything's just been work. Everything's just been like, I'm at work. I do a bunch of stuff at work. Work is like crazy. I got to multitask throughout the whole day. And once I'm done with work, I got spaghetti brain. So I just don't want to do anything essentially, but there's stuff that, there's a lot of stuff I need to be doing. So this week has been like, I want to get back into writing short stories. I got an offer. My short story was on one of these websites called Dream. And I got an offer based on one of their parent companies that reached out to me. And they want to put it not just on Dream, but on their site and on other sites. So I'm like, okay, I should get back into the short story game.
No.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I should look into this and do that. So I've been kind of like looking at reviving one of my old stories. And that story was based on dreams, ironically enough. And I've just been kind of researching REM sleep. I've been researching just dream therapy, like not just dream therapy, but lucid dreaming. I was researching that, and just researching like how you fix it. Ironically enough, just writing the story, I was able to come up with all the steps used for lucid dreaming, just based on my own fiction. It was, and I read the steps. So I was like, cool. Like I don't have to retcon anything because it's like 1-to-1. But it's like creative shit is so weird because it's like you just sit there and you research and shit, and I want to put it to practice, but I can't. I fucking cannot do anything with this knowledge. I have my outline for this story that I wrote like last year, but like there's something that I can't do anything with that knowledge. So it just sits there. So I just sit there like, I don't know, and I can't focus on anything. I think it's just work. When work is too involved, like I cannot focus on like creative stuff at all. Like I gotta do, it's cool. Like if I'm learning drawing, I can do that because that's like something I don't have to think like too hard about. But when it's creativity, for some reason that valve is like hard shut off. Like I can't. I think I know what the problem is. I think it's because I don't decompress after work. I just go from work to the next thing, and I don't think that's good. So I got to learn methods of decompression. Yeah, honestly,
that's one thing I'm actually when you talk about like my routine, it's easier for me too because my work is monotonous. Since I'm cooking, I'm cooking the same 12, 13 dishes over and over again. So it's like, for the most part of the day, like I'm on autopilot. Like the only thing I'm really thinking about is like the ridiculous conversation that we're having. Yeah. But it's one thing that I did make, because somebody, I don't know who told me or where they told me, and it was just like, but it was like, whenever you're done with work or school or anything, like when you get home the first 30 minutes, don't do anything. Yeah. Like just don't do anything. Don't make yourself anything to eat. Don't go to sleep. Just don't do anything. Like just give yourself time. So usually what I'll do is like the first thing I usually do when I get home is just get in the shower. Get in the shower. Process your day, run through all your thoughts, whatever jargon crap that's in there. You can just like essentially just, metaphorically, physically just wash it away. Usually when I do that, and I'm like, all right, I can do whatever. Like, if I want to play some video games, if I want to like do some work, I want to talk to you guys.
Oh, did it reach a space limit?
No, it turned off.
Oh, no.
A little bit of technical problems, people. Don't worry about it.
Technical issues. Turn it off, though.
Instead, why don't we just have some more of this delicious green apple shit? Which one of those do you want, Mark?
You want the blue one?
I'll take the blue one.
All right. Let me see if I can fill this dead air and distract you all from our super professional setup.
ASMR.
Let's talk about this sour apple, green apple soda.
Do you like the sound of the can?
Oh, yes. This soda is truly, truly adequate. The most adequate soda I've ever enjoyed on stream.
I do
also
feel like
the only soda I've ever enjoyed on stream.
And we're back.
Whoops, I just kicked my mic.
Bang.
Okay, so now that we're back, you said first 30 minutes, don't think about anything, just
it says way of decompressing. Like don't do anything. Like just like decompress your mind. Like no matter what you're doing, like just give yourself 30 minutes to like just let it go. And they say like the lady that I saw that I can't remember if it was a post or like a little TikTok video or whatever it was. She said she did it with her kids when they came home from school. So they came home from school. She just sent them to the room. She's like, homework, nothing. She was like, lay in your bed, lay on the floor, do whatever you're doing, just 30 minutes. And she said like her kids had like academic improvements, like they're more behaved, like at home, and like they were just. She's like the kids got less fight with each other. We all got siblings. You know, like if you were, and like as a parent now too, it's like, all right, they're getting less fights, they're doing better in school, and all I gotta do is like tell them to chill for 30 minutes. Yeah. And it's like, and it's like she said too, as a parent too, it gives you that moment like when you get off of work and you got all work brain and doing all this stuff at work.
It's a thing.
And like coming back home and nearly went home stuff, it gives you a time to like decompress the work stuff and like put you in a mindset to actually want to be there for your kids and be nurturing and stuff. Cause it's like, some days it's hard. Like you coming from, like, I feel like Sophie gets it a lot more than I do because she's just with Emma a lot more than I am. Yeah. But it's like you come home from work and you have to deal with the kids. Some days you just don't want to do it. Like you just don't have it. You just don't have it in you. But like, being a loving parent, like you figure it out. But it's like if you had that 20, 30 minutes to just take a deep breath, recycle, reset yourself. Because I mean, think about like our electronics. They stop working. What we do? Turn them off and turn them back on. Yeah. So it's like, just essentially hard reset your brain real quick.
So I've been effing up and I've been replacing that with sleep. And that's not good. So my office is in my room. So work is done. Usually at work, I stay like an additional 2 hours or so because it's so much freaking work. So to make the work make sense, to make it organized for me like the next day, I'll just stay a couple extra hours. And once I'm done with that, I'm just like, all right, done with work. I'll just go fucking lay down. And you wake up. The bad thing about that is you wake up
just as stressed as you were when you laid down.
That and it's still like a mechanical process. No, man, it's like I think before it was the bus. The bus was the thing that help you decompress after work.
Yeah, you know, just sit in the bus and you just not think and just roam along.
Whip out a notebook, just start thinking about ideas, and I think that because it was a moment of decompression.
But yeah, this is a valuable hack. Ever since this one of the things that I wanted to do when I moved in with Breezy was to get a better balance of my own stress levels and mental health. Because when I get off of work, I'd be working a overnight shift. When I get off of work, I'd be tired, exhausted. I'd have to go straight to sleep because it'd be like 7 a.m. when I got back home. And when I got up after that, I'd never feel able to do any sort of creative endeavors because I would just so mentally tired.
Yeah.
And just waiting for the next work day to start.
Yeah. So my God. Yeah. It's my days.
I'd just be sitting in a daze, basically just waiting.
Yeah.
For work to start.
God damn it. Yeah.
Doing anything else just required too much investment mentally.
Yeah.
And, hearing this sort of like would have been a really good solve to my problems. I mean, even right now when I program for like 8 hours a day, and afterwards I unwind by I'd exercise.
That's a good one too. That's good.
But I never just stopped and just unplugged.
Yeah. It doesn't even really take long. You just need a period where you're just there not doing anything. If you do exercise that's like meditative to where you can just kind of sit and just be present, that's fine too. But you just have to have mental space to not be thinking about, cause like
everything else.
Yeah. When you got work brain, you're crunching on this specific set of things. Or I think another problem I have is like just thinking of like the day-to-day adult problems or whatever.
Right.
I'm starting to cut some of that off for like family stuff because family like put a lot on me. So I'm starting to cut that stuff. You're an adult. Do your own thing. So that's helping too. And, just like, cause like if you don't decompress, you'll take whatever that is with you to the next thing as well.
Yeah.
Which is,
I had a hard look at that because one of the jobs I quit, because like one day I went home and like Sophie's doing laundry or whatever. And like she said something and I just went off on her. And like I just took like 10 minutes, whatever. And I apologized to her. And like a week or so later, like I had put my 2 weeks notice in. Cause I was just like, no job should make me speak to my wife the way I spoke. Like, it was me. I did it. Like it's my responsibility and what I did. But at the same time, it's like I was put in that space. So it's just like, I don't want to be in that space anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one reason I quit my recent second job was due to just not having that because I was living in a way where there was no way to really decompress to do anything meaningful that I wanted to do. It was always, if I did decompress, it was just to kind of give me like a way to kind of shutter myself against the next thing I was doing. So, I would throughout the week I would do my day job and then all right, I got my other gig tomorrow on the weekend. So working 7 days a week. And it was really no time. And I didn't have any time to really, do anything creative. I didn't have time to explore anything creative, but only very briefly. And it just wasn't satisfying. So I was like, okay, I'm going to use the week. And I didn't get time to see like friends and family and stuff like that either. So I was like, okay, I need my weekends back to do meaningful things. And honestly, the last couple of months of having weekends, I've used some of them wisely, but some of them I just do fuck all. And
that's valuable, man.
That's valuable too. That's valuable too. I don't think the way I've been doing it is entirely healthy though. So I think some decompression is in order there, and then to really start doing more stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to do this podcast too, as a way to like one, structure, right? So it gives us a set time and day to hang out with each other, figure stuff out.
Yeah.
2, forces us to hang out with each other, and 3, like we can catch up, see what's going on.
Yeah.
If somebody's having a bad day, you can get it off your chest. Someone's having a good day, talk your shit about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like everyone needs a space to like to reset, to stop, and just chill out. And it's like I'm looking at things through a different lens, like being a dad now, and it's like, I don't know. I take an approach like I don't know what Emma's going to be. Like I don't know who she's going to be. I don't know what she's going to be. I don't know what she's going to do. So it's like I've been taking like a lot of interest in like just whatever I come by. Like, this random videos come up on YouTube that I've never watched before. I'm like, why not? I'm like, I don't know. In a couple years, this might be what Emma makes her whole personality around. Like, I want to have like some basis in it. And I feel like too, like it's one of those things too where you never know like what ties into something else. Because I was looking at this thing where this dude was like, he's a sculptor. Like he makes statues and stuff for like he makes his own like anime statues, like based off character stuff. He makes those. Like it started like playing with Play-Doh. You know what I mean? And it's like it makes sense because I mean you're really still just playing with Play-Doh. You just got a better you have more of a purpose with it, and you know what the details and like all the extra tools and stuff you need. And it's like I didn't even think Play-Doh. I mean, I didn't think Play-Doh was that serious, but again, it's like one of those things is like, damn, I want to be able to nurture like whatever she does. So it's like I want to have a basis in like whatever, even if I don't like it necessarily, I can still be able to have a conversation with her about it. Because I feel like too, there's a lot of people our age that like haven't done what they wanted to do because like they never had somebody to just like just try it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Or they keep it like a secret or something they keep in their basement, or like hidden away or something, instead of just being like, yeah, whatever. I'm an adult and I like playing with Play-Doh. Like, yeah, okay, play with your Play-Doh. You're grown as man. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, having a parent who's willing to help a child explore their interests is the best thing you can give a child.
That's what because Sophie's really big about that in like her classroom, because it's called play learning, where it's like everyone learns the best when you're not learning, right? Like you learn the best when you don't realize you're learning. Yeah, and like that's the root of play learning, like where your kids are playing, but you structure it in a way that it is constructive and it is a learning environment. The kids don't realize they're learning, and they absorb so much more information because it's like anyone. So think about our day, right? You work at a desk job, you sit at a desk for 8 hours, and you stare at a computer screen or whatever. It's like, as an adult, how hard is that? Now you're telling a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old to sit at a desk, listen to someone talk at them for 6 hours, write something down on a piece of paper, and then like do that. You get 45 minutes to run around outside with your friends. And you come back inside and do it all over again. But it's like, what if they were constantly moving, constantly stimulating their brain, constantly playing, constantly like in doing all of these things, doing all the things that they need to get done while still enjoying it. And it's like, what would the outcome be?
They'd be much more effective. I think we got studies to show that.
They do. They have a bunch of studies. I can't quote any of them, but I mean, Sophie's taught me about all of them, and she can quote and tell you about all of them. And and it's just crazy to me that it's like, they need to do studies on that. And it's like, you can take anyone in any environment and like have them do it as they're doing something else. And anyone will tell you to learn better when they're like actually doing something instead of just sitting down at a desk with a piece of paper in front of them.
Yeah. I mean, it just makes logical sense, right? Like if you're just sitting down sedentary, like you're not gonna be producing the same chemicals as you would if you were like moving around or more energized, things like that. So
that's another reason I never got why teachers wouldn't let you chew gum, like when you're taking a test and stuff. Whereas like studies that say like chewing gum increases your brain activity. Yeah, it doesn't make you smarter. Yeah, it just keeps it going.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
You look under a desk, that shit's gross.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah, this was pink before, and I was black.
Ew, man, so gross. Children are gross, but we love them though, mostly. It also makes sense, when you think about how gamers are so damn good at gaming.
Calculations?
It's because they've been playing for literally years. The play learning, maybe it's not the best subject to learn about, but I mean, that our hand-eye coordination is godlike.
That fucking philosophy, man, the amount of philosophy I learned from video games is astounding. Soul Reaver, Xenosaga, Metal Gear, so much.
So mythology in that, just like a lot of literary too, like ethos, pathos, like all of that stuff too. Is like it's just all thrown in there.
Strategic planning too. That's just bread and butter for gamers. I remember Dr. K talking about You give a group of gamers a goal, and they will find the most efficient path to that goal. Pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause you got to do it with style, and do it quickly.
That's true. Now I watched. Then we got to this point. I watched Max A Million Dude watch a documentary about the guy who made tools for Melee. He made tools for what did he make the tools for? He made the tool. Eventually, the tools became a way to do rollback for Melee. But his was a way of like capturing game states. So initially it was like hardware related, but he made it to where like everything was like software related, to where people didn't have to pay for anything. And his process was crazy good. He's just a random kid who really interested in the Melee scene, and he created this program that eventually they used to make like the rollback netcode for Smash Melee.
It's crazy.
Just crazy. Like the amount of interest you have to make that, the amount of discipline it would take to make something like that.
Yeah, we programmers pretty cool. Popping collar.
It's super cool. I was sitting there. It's like, dang, because they were talking about trying to do something like that for Marvel 3, because they're modding all these characters in there. But the problem they have for Marvel 3 is like they only have a set number of character slots. So if they want to put new characters, they got to take certain characters out.
Oh,
yeah. So they want to program more slots into it, and they also want to put in like rollback netcode. So they want to be able to like save game states at any given time, but nothing like that exists currently. So they have to
figure it out and
build it out in there. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they'll be able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that one man made that Melee one, and it didn't exist. None of this existed. All of these tools he created from scratch to like track. And he even, one of the applications for his tool, because he has like such a good imagination with it too. He was like, all these game stats could be used in the E community to like, tell a story about player data. This player has, this, ratio of wins versus losses. This is his favorite squads. Ooh. This is how many kills he got. This is his all-time, lifetime record in Smash. Like, you're tracking all that stuff, man. I'm like, man.
That's dope. That's some random facts. That's dope.
The way the readout it looked like ESPN, but like, Melee.
Yeah. I mean, esports is getting big, man. Yeah. They gonna be on regular ESPN, not ESPN Ocho or Siete or whatever ESPN it's on now.
Eventually. I just thought that was super cool.
Yeah, well, thank you everybody for joining us today. We'll see you guys again next week. See you later. I'm Mark. May your bed stay warm and your pillow stay cold.
All right. Stay perfect, chat.
Adios, amigos.
Diddly diddly doo.